What's going on, bogey proof followers? Gambling Lab is back this week, minus Matt Fontaine. We got Prev, we got Paul Murphy. We're here to talk Memorial. Awesome tournament, nonetheless, hosted by our good and legendary Jack Nicholas. Um, Boys, it's gonna be a fun week. I think we got a pretty packed field. But before we get into some of the players, let me give you the quick weather report. Nothing too crazy. Potentials rained on Thursday. Um, Other than that, wind is kind of within like 10 miles per hour. Nothing too crazy there. And weather is 71 on Thursday, 76 on Friday, 76 on Saturday, and 79 on Sunday. So progressively we'll warm up. It just looks like ultimately a really good round of golf. But yeah, I mean, should be pretty good. What are you guys' thoughts?
Yeah, man, excited. DFC week, hyped. This is a great week, great tournament. They've been doing this tournament for 100 years. This is the one Rom got robbed of, the COVID one from going back to
Yeah.
back or whatever that was. That was a disaster, obviously. So excited. The course is like real long, I'm pretty sure, and it requires tons of accuracy and like big long hitters that are pretty accurate off the tee. Generally thrive, aka John Rahm. So let's kind of get into it. I'm looking at the top early. It's pretty, the prices are pretty tough this week. If we're talking DFS right off the bat, there's not a lot of guys, and Paul and I were talking before. There's not a lot of guys down at that bottom who I really like. So I kind of like a balanced approach, but at the same time, the 5-figure guys, I don't know. I was looking at Xander early because I noticed a big price bump with him. So I don't just pay attention to the golf like I'm looking at. I know he was 9,100 earlier this year at one point, which I mean we all thought was ridiculous. But the price bump is finally here. Maybe DraftKings was just waiting for him to prove it. So that's a guy I'm looking at pretty early there on the top.
What do you got for the low end?
Low end, yeah, so we could do low too. I like, like I said, there's not a lot of guys under 8,000 that I really like. I'm besides Kuchar. I like Kuchar. This is one of those
So
courses
78.
that this is one of those courses that it's just like an experience related course too. I feel like it's kind of one of those like 7,800 from Kuchar playing really, really good. Um, had a lot of really good trips at Memorial with Drew here last year, so whatever. But I love his form right now, and I actually kind of like Patrick Reed, as disgusting as that is. I think he lost the PXG driver, so he can actually hit the ball, like a pro golfer again.
What's he using now?
Uh,
Do you
and
know?
I don't know. Actually, I was trying to look it up, and
Okay.
they said he wasn't hitting it for the Schwab last week or whatever, or
Played
was that
well.
last? They said he wasn't hitting it, and he dropped it. So I'm looking at this course is big because I know it's small greens here. I'm pretty sure. So I'm looking for good short game. And obviously we know Patty Reed has it, and that hasn't been a problem all year. It's just his driving has been so bad he just can't keep up, and it's rattling him. I think so. If he can get a little length back, I'm liking Patty Reed too.
Yep. Paul, what do you got?
Yeah, I mean, I have the same thought process as Prev this week. It's like there's no real need to go that deep into the 7,000s. You can make a solid lineup, and maybe your cheapest guy is Patrick Reed there. Unless you go down and you're trying to find value in someone like Anaban Lahiri, who's been trending well, except for the played poorly at the PGA, but it also was a major. So you take out one of those big strong fields and put him in the Memorial. You know, talent's not as great. It's not a major either.
Yeah.
He continues that trend up. Another guy like Cam Davis, maybe he's lower end 7,000 range, but he's been playing well. But yeah, no need to. I don't think there's even a need to even try to get like a Rom in the lineup or Rory. You can just probably make a solid lineup and find someone who's going to win in the low 9,000s and into the mid 8,000s. There's a lot of guys that have been playing well in that $8,000 range.
Once you said Rory, I was just like, I don't think he's gonna have a good week this week. He's just second, second from the top, second most expensive. Although my high guy this week is John Rahm. I know you're not a big fan for him, but just the course in his history here, he is fucking good at this course. I just can't go
Yeah.
against him. And, I was looking at it. I always try to find somebody below 7. I can't even do that this week. I found a
Yeah.
guy at 7, and Denny McCarthy, just purely on making the cut and doing pretty well recently. Just gives me enough to say, hey, a guy at that price can make the cut and try to float a $20 entry in and try to win 50 or something like that, or even more. But that's kind of where I'm at this week. Let's transition over to making bets, right? Bank
Oh
count
yeah.
plays should be quite interesting with like we got the top, we got John Rahms, we got the Rorys, we got some of the lows like Bryson back in, but guys making cuts, missing cuts. Paul, what are we doing? What we betting on this week?
I mean, you could actually, just take a flyer, just bet on Bryson. I don't know. Why not? He's going to be
It's
good value somewhere, and
he's good value on DFS. I mean, he's 7,800.
yeah.
Plus 10,000 to win, Paulie.
I mean, it's not too bad right there.
If he's hurt, he's
Yeah.
hurt. If he's not, he's not.
Just
What is the hand
sprinkle
situation?
play.
I haven't heard from him at all. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe the pressure's off of him. He's just going to go out there and just without really thinking, just going out and playing. But then also you could put the blame game. Oh yeah, I'm not playing well because my hand. Like, there's two very viable options, I would say. That
Yeah. I
could
mean,
out
I'm not saying use your entire bankroll on Bryson DeChambeau to win this week, but sprinkle something there. And I mean, I think he's won the Memorial before, right? A few years ago, and historically before that, he's played this course well. So, I mean, that could may not be a bad play.
So tilting that he's like that because he's just one of the guys that's going to be 5% owned, and if he comes in the top 10 and you don't have him, you lose.
Yep.
Just automatic.
Yeah.
So that's why DFS can be so frustrating because like if he does go off and you don't have him, you're in trouble at that price point because his ceiling is obviously a 10,000 player ceiling. So like if he does go off, we're all fucked.
Yeah.
So if you fade him, which is what I'm going to do, obviously I'm going to fade him until he proves otherwise. I think this course is I think it's just a little too much for him to come back. I know he obviously can pound the ball. I get it. But first tournament back, really back playing, this is going to be a big ask for him. Short game's got to be dialed in. I think it's a fade all day. It's probably the odds are probably pretty high on him to miss the cut. I can even find out what they are in a sec here, but it asks for a lot in short game here. So if he's not dialed in with the short game, I think he's going to be in trouble.
I agree. But back to you, Paul. What are we betting on this week?
Well, I just decided that I'm going to take Keegan Bradley as first round leader, 50-1. So, yeah.
Take a count play, right?
No. That's just a little sprinkle there.
Sprinkle.
51. It seems like in tournament Keegan Bradley is actually going to be leaving first round after. But my bank account plays 3 top 20s. I got Davis Riley plus 165. Mito Pereira, who's been an absolute tear since I stopped talking about him. So this is probably going to lose, but I need to let Mito win me some money here. He's plus 180, and Cam Young plus 140, all to be top 20 right there. And I mean, my confidence is through the roof this week. I don't know why.
Love that.
Lock it in, Prev.
Yeah, no, I got a few, and I just decided because I like the last one I have. I decide this one week by week if I'm back in. It's like a stock, but I have a couple plays. First one, Alex Noren, top 40. It's been my guy all year. It's not changing this week. I'm not going to explain that any further. Let's see. We get dark on this one. Siwoo Kim. I think he has absolutely no shot at making the cut this week. Siwoo Kim plus 200 to make the cut, and Alex Noren was minus 110, by the way. My Salt Bay sprinkle of the week, Paulie. Matt Fitzpatrick to win, plus 2,500. And last one, will there be a hole-in-one in tournament? Yes. We're back, minus 130. Let's go.
Hole-in-one week again.
Yeah.
I was watching the most memorable shots, and there was a couple on there. Steve Stricker, I think, had one. Actually hit it off the tee and somehow made it. So
Yeah, Cantley had one in 2018. Duffner 2015. Steve Flash 2000. They happen.
these
Fury.
guys are too good.
What were the odds on those? Or well, this year for hole-in-one, yes.
Carter 2017. Excuse me. Yeah, there's been a pretty decent amount actually. Rod Pampling 2016.
Paul, I think you got it at -130, right?
Minus 130, is that what you said?
And that's the thing
Okay,
too,
I like it.
Paul. Honestly, like when you start, there was one tournament when we were looking at it where the odds sway in the other direction. And I think for the Masters, it was like -170, and that's literally it's just telling you something. I think so.
Yeah.
Like -130 is the best odds I've seen on it since the Masters.
Yeah.
So we're right back in. Let's
And
go.
there's some rain too, so it's been soft. Guys will go at pins probably early and throughout it if there is any rain. So
Yeah.
I think it's gonna help them in their case.
Yeah.
For me this week, I'm biting my tongue. I'm gonna save it for my second selection. But first selection, Jock, top 20 at +15 or 150. Love Jock this week. I love all the Chile, I like Abe Answer, our south of the equator people. And then I got Ricky Fowler this week, top 40, +110. I don't know what I'm thinking. I don't know what I'm doing. Other than the fact that Ricky has done pretty well the last couple tournaments, and I think he's starting to turn a corner. I want to be on Ricky's side. I wanted to play good golf again. Maybe too early, but somebody's got to jump on the bandwagon, and I think now's the time to do it. So that's why he's in my my bank account plays of the week. So, boys, anything else we got to offer? Any more bets? Anything that we should be thinking about as we wrap up here at Merrifield?
I would say keep a watch out for the story. I like to look at those matchups early, and we'll see what happens. I'm excited for those early matchups, and DraftKings got plenty of weird stuff to look at on there. Love the hole-in-one in round one. By the way, I'm looking at it. Sorry again, I know to bring this up, but plus 350 in round one. That's pretty damn low.
Do we have the
35
odds? Do we have odds for our fearless leader, Matt, who's not here this week on his two plays?
Oh, we do have Matt's, yes.
So I know we have a Morikawa top 20 and a Fitzy top 10. I just don't know what the odds are off the top of my head.
So
the Fitzy top 10 could be actually pretty good.
Morikawa top 20 is -135.
Yep.
Okay.
And he said Fitzy top 10, right? Plus 225.
Plus 225.
I kind of like
which I love. I'll probably tail.
I like that. Yeah, I might have to tail.
Those are strong odds on Fitzy right there.
Yeah,
so.
I think I'm gonna hop on that train.
Now I'm looking at it. I wouldn't mind doing something with Cam Smith at plus 200, top 10. I
like that too.
It's being accurate.
Yeah.
And we were talking about. I have no issue with a Cam Young top 20 either. By the way, so we could sneak that one in there also. Love that. Love that.
It's a little sprinkle. All right, boys. Fun being with you here tonight. Good luck this week. UFC. Make sure the lineups are in.
I fucking love this tournament.
Let's fucking go. Cheers. Cheers to Jack's Place.
Cheers.